Howdy, stoners. Make sure everything looks right here. I'm not a big fan of this. It's not a tripod. It's one of those bases that it's supposed to follow my face, but I forget to charge it. So, and I use my big tripod to keep my old iPhone on so that I can watch on X, which I'm doing. Everything is rolling like it's supposed to now. That's awesome. Wonderful. I am very excited. All right. Hey, I'm also very excited about this pairing. Yesterday was my 10th wedding anniversary. Yeah, she has managed to put up with me for 10 years, which is amazing in and of itself. So, but yeah, I remember back in like the first Valentine's Day, we went to Chamberlain Steakhouse, which is a big swanky steakhouse down in Addison, closer into down to Dallas proper, and they have a cigar lounge in the back, and so the waiter said, "Yeah, we got the cigar lounge. You know, when you're done, you know." And she's like, "Do you want to go back there?" And I'm like, "Of course I want to go back there, but do you want to go back there?" Well, she would go because of me. So we went and sat, and I smoked a cigar, and we talked, and but yeah, I don't think she's been in one since. It is one of those things, so it's just the way it is. But I do have, it was about the 10th anniversary, and she has I got her a set of 5.5 carat diamond earrings, 2.5 carat solitaires on each side, and diamonds around them. Yeah, she's worth it. She doesn't expect it. I want to make sure I get it for her. So I pick it out. I know she'll like it. So, so I gave her that. She loved it. She wore them last night. And I got a bottle of Four Roses single barrel OESO, which is exactly what I had told her I wanted to pick up at the closest little package store, literally right outside the neighborhood. They have some good allocated stuff every now and again. You have to, kind of keep check on it. But yeah, I'd been in there when I was doing some bourbon hunting over the last week, and I saw they had it. They didn't have a price on it. At the time, I'd already been to several stores, and I was already kind of through with it for the day. And so I just went on home. But I was telling her about it. And so she, the night before, Thursday night, last night was our anniversary. It's Friday's Thursday night. She called me and she's like, "Hey, what was that bourbon you were wanting?" And I knew that she was at the Culver's right next door to the package store. Culver's, if y'all don't have them, it's a great hamburger place. They also have some other stuff like pot roast and fish and chips and that kind of stuff. They make some awesome hamburgers. They make a very, very awesome frozen custard with all the little add-in stuff you can get on it. And so we were having that for dinner Friday night. And so she calls me asking me about this bourbon. So I knew where she was. And so I told her. And lo and behold, a bottle of it appeared on anniversary. So let's dive right in, because you're not here to listen to my personal life. Oh, you may be. I mean, it's pretty entertaining in and of itself. I could probably go on and on and on for hours about parts of it that you would just be like shocked. This was our 10th anniversary, and I am definitely not like 30 or 35. I'm much closer to 60, much closer. And so that I call myself a retread. I say both of us, but I try not to say anything about her. But the first one didn't go so well. So anyway, let's get going. Today, as I said, I am pairing Four Roses single barrel OESO. That's the recipe. They make, and I can't remember them all. Like OESK, OESF. There's like 3 or 4 different ones. And I can't keep them all in my head. So, but I'm pairing that with a Perdomo Lot 23 Maduro, which I think is going to be a great match for this particular recipe. This recipe is of the like 4 different recipes they have on the single barrel, it's the one that's not peppery. It's sweeter. So the other ones have different amounts of spice in it, peppery tastes, flavors, whatever. Where this one does not. And I like sweeter bourbons. I'll drink peppery. I'll drink rye, which is very peppery, or a lot of rye spice. But I tend to kind of angle more towards the sweeter ones. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive right on in here. As I said, this is the OESO. It is from the Four Roses Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, the home of great bourbon, Kentucky, not just specifically Lawrenceburg. Now, the mash bill is 75% corn, 20% rye. So there's supposed to be some spice in this. I didn't say it wasn't spicy. I said it's the least spicy. The other ones are spicy. This one is more fruity and sweet. So how do we do that? Well, it is the yeast strain that they use for the corn. And that is the O in OESO. And it's a fruity kind of yeast with, kind of delicate fruit esters, whatever you want to say. Now, this is a barrel strength. It is 50% alcohol by volume, so it's 100 proof. Right on up there. This is out of warehouse number BN, barrel number 13-3L. So there you have all of that about what's in the bottle. So on the appearance, visual. I couldn't think of the word visual. It's got a very beautiful color to it, a nice deep copper with some kind of amber highlights. It may not pick up quite as well today out here because it is cloudy and a little drizzly, and it feels wonderful. It's like in the 70s. It's awesome. I got college football on. I'm watching potentially LSU go down to Vanderbilt. And we already saw Miami lose last night to unranked Louisville. Louisville. They say it a little differently up there. And it has been it's going to be a wild weekend. My Aggies, bad weather in Fayetteville has been pushed back from 1:30 to 4:30. So I have plenty of time because it's 10 minutes till 2. So anyway, now, all right, we did the visual. Now on the nose. You do get this kind of like wonderful candied kind of orange, and some ripe like red fruits like apples, a nice vanilla bean, kind of a soft baking spice with a little bit of rye spice in there. Not a lot, just enough to let you know it's there. Just enough. There's also some touches of like a florally honey, um, and then kind of some maybe toasted oak kind of rounding it out. It's a wonderful, wonderful spirit on the nose. I'm excited thus far for what we're all here for. Yeah, exactly as I was saying. On the palate, it's a medium to full body. It's got some really nice notes of caramelized sugar, kind of dark cherries, a little bit of light cinnamon in there, and kind of some wasps of butterscotch coming through, and that OESO yeast kind of gives it that signature kind of fruit forward sweetness, and that's balanced by a kind of dry, peppery rye finish. So it's not devoid of rye spice, but it's more fruit and sweet forward. So you are getting some spice in there. Wonderful. Wish you could smell it and taste it right now. Mm. The finish is long and elegant. Um, the sweet fruit kind of transitions into an oak spice with some leather and kind of a faint dusting of cocoa in there. Yeah, it's nice. You're going to wish you had it by the time we're done with this. Mm. Now, the cigar. Perdomo, they're some of the best in the business at making cigars. Nick Perdomo is he's a master at this. His whole life is built around cigars, um, and he's a super nice guy. Really, super nice guy. This stick is from Esteli, Nicaragua. The filler is a Nicaraguan Esteli and Jalapa. The binder is Nicaraguan, and the wrapper is a Nicaraguan Maduro. So it is a puro. Everything's from Nicaragua. Um, it's got a nice, solid construction. Very large double cap. Nice. It does have a little bit of a kind of a rich, oily kind of sheen to it. Dark, like milk chocolate colored. Um, Minimal to moderate veining. There are a couple of pretty predominant ones. Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah, it shows up right there. You can see. All right. Let's go ahead and what I do with my cutter. Cutter and my lighter still in my pocket. Hey, I wasn't completely ready. I thought I was doing great. But we need to do the nose. You got to know what this thing smells like, right? I get a really nice kind of earthiness with some touches of cedar and a little bit of leather. Some sweet tobacco. Um, there's some faint notes of raisin and kind of a little bit of cocoa mixed in there too. Very wonderful aroma. It's nice on the nose. Sorry, I was watching the game while I was doing this. I could just like drift off and be watching for like a minute or two. I'll be like, "What's he doing? Is the screen frozen?" Uh, it's uh, it's got a really nice draw to it. Not too easy, not too tight. It's a kind of heavier draw on your mouth. Uh, it's like a humid day where the air is a little heavy. It's that same kind of thing, but it's got some wonderful notes of some raisins and some nice tobacco notes on it, and I think some really nice notes of leather, like saddle leather, not just regular leather. That rich leather. Mm. All right, I think it is time. Sorry. Let's go ahead and toast this baby up. Using my Rocky Patel Envoy 5 torch, kind of like one of Elon's Falcon rockets launching. If y'all follow me on X, y'all follow me on X, I'm constantly posting about SpaceX and all that stuff. Every time he shoots a rocket off, I got to say something about it. I just think it's like so cool, and it is amazing. It is amazing at how far our space program has come since Elon Musk has been involved. Yeah, I saw a video the other day. I think I shared it. I'll do it after I tell you about this. This is what you're here for, not to listen to about Elon. Great volume of smoke coming off this stick. I get it. It is like the Spirit. It's kind of a medium to full body. I get some nice notes of roasted espresso beans, so really dark coffee. Kind of some bittersweet chocolate in there, this like the semi-sweet. It's not just loaded with sugar. And some toasted cedar. I also get a little bit of nuttiness. I get some almonds on the retro hail. And then there's some touches of molasses in there. It's really great. Really great. Burn is slightly wavy, but fairly even. We're just lit, but not really nice stacks of beautiful white ash. Every time I come out to do this, there's a dog barking or there's somebody mowing their yard. Anyway, we got to try them together. It's going to be a great afternoon, Tater. The OESO's soft fruit and vanilla kind of amplify the cigar's natural kind of cocoa sweetness. There's some cocoa distributed in there. And the bourbon, it's the rye spice in it kind of teases out the subtle peppery notes of the cigar, while the cigar adds a creamier texture to the spirit. And the Four Roses doesn't really mean anything, but I love to watch smoke hang in the glass like that. Not all cigars do it, but it does kind of look like almost like a lava lamp. Very cool. It's amazing that the Four Roses is so smooth that you don't really know that it's 100 proof. It drinks below its weight. It drinks at like a 90 proof. Some spirits, once they get 100 or above, I mean, they're bold. This one's not that way. It's nice and smooth, which really goes with the smoothness and that quality craftsmanship that goes into the Perdomos. Great cigar. Love these. I've paired it before, but he's probably been in my humidor now 6 months, a year. I can't say that. That sucks. My single torch isn't torching. There it went. I filled it up. It's actually if you like, this is a disposable, but some of the disposables have a little thing in the bottom where you can refill them. And so I refilled it before I came out here. because I'd been noticing it got a little, it's starting to get a little low. And oddly enough, my Rocky Patel, I can't use just the regular gray bottle Seacar butane in it. It won't go in. I have a bottle of a black bottle that's high altitude. I don't know what that difference is. It's just made for high altitude, I guess. But that can will fill the Envoy up. The other one won't. But the other one will work on all my other lighters. And I'm almost out of the black can, so I'm going to have to get some more because I love my Rocky Patel Envoy. It's my favorite lighter, favorite one I've ever had. Four Roses, I mean, they've been around a while. They were established in 1888, but they're not necessarily one of the more well-known, uh, just among the masses. Whiskey, the whiskey people know, but I mean, just like the regular folks, uh, they may see the entry level, for like 20 or 25 bucks a fifth, but they're going to recognize Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, these, because they're not, I don't mean to make it sound bad. They're not paying attention. They're not like us bourbon hunters that are, like Glendronach. I discovered Glendronach a few years ago, and I'd never heard of it to that point. And now uh, they're, like winning awards, and people are talking about how great it is, and it's starting to go up. But their entry level 12-year, I think I got it for less than $50 a bottle, but now I think it's over $50 a bottle. Of course, part of it is, I'm sure that the tariffs and everything are causing it to go up. And Scotch, a little thunder, and Scotch is not something that we can make here in America. You can make malted whiskey, which is what Scotch is, but you can't call it Scotch. The Scottish have a license; they have a trademark on that. It has to be distilled and aged in Scotland, or it's not Scotch. And if you try to say what yours is Scotch, they will sue you. That's their policy. So, uh, the Japanese actually do a pretty good job of it. I can't remember the guy's name, Japanese name, Tanaka, something like that. And he went to Scotland and he worked for Scotch makers. He learned how to make Scotch, and then he went back to Japan and he started doing it back there, but he couldn't call it Scotch. It's Japanese malted whiskey. It's like bourbon. Bourbon has all these rules. It can't be, it's not bourbon if it's less than 51% corn. Bourbon has to be 51% corn. It can't be called Kentucky straight bourbon if it was distilled, bottled, or aged anywhere other than in Kentucky. All those kinds of things. Um, so we have it too, but there's just such a difference between Scotch and all other whiskeys. It is so different. So I like Scotch. I got a whole bunch of bottles of Scotch. Which reminds me, I've been doing so much bourbon hunting here lately. I haven't been out doing much Scotch buying. Um, Alexander Murray 10-year, maybe the last Scotch I bought. That's been a while. It's amazing. You take a sip, you got that little rye spice on, towards the back of the sip. So you got that little bit of peppery on your tongue. You take a draw, and it kind of just starts cooling that down, and just makes it more creamy. It's a great cigar. It's a great spirit. I love the OESO. There may be a lot of bourbon purists out there that prefer spicier. And this one does have spice in it, but this is the sweeter, more fruit forward recipe, and it's really good. It's really good. Fortunately, bourbons are getting more plentiful. The like the allocated kind of stuff. Matter of fact, you can pretty much go into a liquor store and find E.H. Taylor on the shelf for like, I think the last bottle I got was like $65. First bottle I bought a few years ago, $125. But you know, people kind of got tired of having to try and chase the bottles. You can't keep a headlock on it, forever. At some point, people will become disinterested. And now, from what I'm hearing, tequila is now the big thing to be chasing. Even though people still bourbon hunting, but now they're also looking for tequila. So because tequila is not just for making margaritas and tequila sunrises. Really good quality tequila is a great sipping spirit, just like bourbon or scotch is, or whatever. Weird thunderstorm warning. Tarrant County. That's Fort Worth. That's southwest of here, so probably headed this way. We'll try and have this thing wrapped up before it starts thundering and lightning. It's already thundering over in the east, but Vanderbilt's going to screw around and win this game. That's going to be awesome. I love fall. I love college football season. My Aggies are playing Arkansas today. It's definitely a winnable game. I try not to get over eager, overexcited. Uh, we've had too many years where we start off really great and then we stumble about halfway through the season and we just kind of roll across the bowl eligibility line. Not even talking about playoffs, just bowl eligible. Sometimes we didn't even make it to bowl eligible. We go like 5-0 and win, and then lose 6 straight games or lose 5 out of 6 or something like that. This year, I mean, they're looking so much better. Elko came in last year and he took the job like 4 months before the season started, something like that. It wasn't very long. And so he didn't have a lot of time to prepare. Plus, a lot of the players that were under Jimbo Fisher opted out and went to other places. So then he had to fill positions in. He had to he brought players with him from, there were players that followed him from Duke. But we've got two really great receivers, and Craver and Concepcion. And Le'Veon Moss is down again. He's out several weeks. Last year, he missed almost the entire season with a broken leg. And he's a great running back. He's just injury prone. But his backup is Owens. He's a different kind of runner. He'll hit you hard, but he's more of a speedy runner. You can do those quick little moves and that kind of stuff. And then after that, they got like 3 more running backs. None of them is a consensus number 2 guy. So they'll probably be just cycling in running backs to give him a break all throughout. One of them is I think it's they say E.J. Smith. It's Emmitt Smith's son. And he's an okay running back. He's not his dad. Not his dad. That's why he hasn't been RB1 or RB2. He's not his dad. He's a good running back. He's just not to that level, So, but then the defense, like coming into this game, I think they've only given up single digit third down conversions. The defense is just knocking the socks off of the the offense or whoever they play. And getting better every game. But this is Arkansas. Arkansas and A&M have a rivalry that goes all the way back to the Southwest Athletic Conference back in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, it doesn't, there's no love lost there. And this is the first game in many years, because it's been, in recent times, it's been played here in Dallas at Jerry World. So, you know, I mean, you had equal representation because we're only 2.5 hours from the state line. So you had, you know, big, you know, throngs of Arkansas fans and throngs of A&M fans. This is the first time it's been back in Fayetteville. And the Hogs playing us at home, they're going to play hard. So I'm giving them all their due. They may not really be a good team this year, but they are going to play the shit out of us. Those beautiful stacks of white ash just continue. A great burn line on this stick. Great burn time. We've probably been smoking about 15 or 20 minutes, and we're getting close to the halfway mark. This is a kind of a smaller, shorter cigar. It's more of the Robusto size, like 5 by 50, and it is a great, enjoyable smoke, with four roses or not. It's an awesome. It's just a great sit down, watch a football game, back patio, and smoke a cigar. And it's a reasonable cigar. It's less than $10 a stick. Now, Mrs. Sticks-n-Stonez did not tell me what she paid for the 4 roses, but when she called me, I told her it should be about $50 a bottle. If it's like 60 or more, don't buy it. Yeah. So just because I'm kind of getting past the, you know, I when I say that, kind of getting past spending a lot of money on bourbon. Then I got something in my email yesterday from Wooden Cork. It's a place I do affiliate marketing for. And they're like, look what we got in. And they got bottles of Yellowstone's A Midwinter Nights Dram, $169.99. All right, I'll take it. I've seen this whiskey advertised, not advertised, but people posting about it, you know, like the bottle will have like this much left in it, and they've got their glass and they've got like this much in it, and they're like, I finally decided I was going to break it out tonight and just have a little sip, you know. They hold on to the bottle for years, and I'm like, I just got to try it. It's like I've got a bottle of Blanton's in there and it's about half empty, and I rarely touch it. It's like a you know, celebratory kind of spirit, because it was an expensive bottle, even though they're really not all that much now. Oh, there's about 2 minutes left in this game, and Vanderbilt is going to score again. They're at least going to get a field goal out of it. The number 10 team in the country going down. I should get on here and call college games while I'm doing this. Well, the quarterback Pavia had a quarterback sneak, and he ran to the, you know, whatever. So one thing I can complain about, it's a blessing and a curse. And that is, I've been watching ESPN the last few days, you know, and they're talking about this weekend coming up. It's such a big weekend in the SEC. You got Tennessee and Alabama, LSU and Vanderbilt, Ole Miss and Georgia. They don't even mention A&M. A&M's the number 4 team in the country. Don't even mention them. All right. Oh, are they playing? I didn't know. Yeah. So, no respect. Rodney Dangerfield. No respect. No respect. Ah. This is supposed to be, I really think this is a big test for us because of the way Arkansas plays us and because it's an SEC away game. You know, I mean, we beat Notre Dame first week or maybe two of the season. I can't remember if they were the first game or the second, when they were number 5. And it was an away game. It was up in South Bend. No respect. Now then, it's like, oh yeah, well they got to play an SEC away game. If we beat Arkansas, it will be like, well they got to play a good SEC team away before. And so there's always a qualification. Like, yeah, they won that game, but the rest of our SEC schedule is tough though. After Arkansas, we're probably at the about the halfway mark. As we've gotten into the half, as the cigar has warmed up, you get this the nutty molasses espresso notes kind of get a little bit more bold. Oh, it's raining again, and that really complements the Four Roses kind of dark cherries, cherry brown sugar kind of tones, and they just meet beautifully about the middle of your palate. I mean, it's just a rich harmony of sweet oak and dark chocolate and fruit. It's just wonderful. It's a wonderful experience. Mm. For those of you that are just joining us, because I see we are doing very well on people, um, I am pairing Four Roses OESO single barrel, 50% alcohol by volume, so 100 proof, with a Perdomo Lot 23 Maduro. I love Four Roses bourbon. I do. It's one of my favorite bourbons. Like Kentucky bourbons. Um, the mash bill on it is it's a 70. Where's my notes at here? There we go. 75% corn, 20% rye, and 5% malted barley. So with the 20% rye, you would expect it to be spicy, but they use a yeast strain, which is one of the O's. The OESO, it's all the letters have something to do with the recipe. And one of the O's is the yeast strain. And that particular yeast strain has this nice, delicate, fruity kind of theme to it. And it gives you kind of a medium to full bodied spirit that has some really great notes of caramelized sugar. Like, for instance, don't think about the creme brulee, the dessert, but when they caramelize the top of it, it's that kind of crusty, toasted sugar. Some dark cherries with some light cinnamon and some nice waves of butterscotch kind of mixed in there. And it makes it for a really great fruit forward sweetness. But at the same time, as you get farther back on the palate, you get a little rye spice to kick in there that kind of helps, keep it from being just sweet. So, and then you have the Lot 23, which is up. Vanderbilt won. They beat LSU. Oh yeah. Um, the Lot 23 is a Nicaraguan Puro. Um, the filler is Nicaraguan Esteli and Jalapa. It's got a Nicaraguan binder with a Nicaraguan Maduro wrapper. Great construction as always with the Perdomos. Um, The flavor profile was like roasted espresso beans, coffee, kind of a bittersweet chocolate, not like milk chocolate. And you get some toasted cedar and a little bit of nuttiness in there, kind of some almonds and some molasses, and then there's a little more of like almonds with just a touch of pepper on the retrohale. Both of these are outstanding offerings. Outstanding. It really pairs the kind of more fruit-driven bourbon. It takes that elegance and blends it with kind of the earthy sweetness of the Maduro cigar. And off the light, we had soft fruit and kind of the vanilla really worked well with the natural cocoa that was in the cigar. There was, like I said, there was some rye spice and then some pepper, and everything just kind of danced back and forth. It was a great kind of creamy mixture, all going on at one time. Awesome, elegant. Mm. Now you're all caught up. All right, I change channels now. This game's over. Give me just a second here. Next is Ole Miss, Georgia. I want to see that, but I got to go down here and see how's Oklahoma and South Carolina doing. Oklahoma didn't seem to be having too much trouble. Kind of split on whether I want Oklahoma or Georgia. I mean, Ole Miss or the Ole right. The Ole right. Ole Miss or Georgia to win that game. I don't know. There's benefits of both. After Miami lost to, I believe Louisville was unranked last night. They're gonna drop a few spots, and so now Ole Miss, not Ole Miss, LSU just lost to Vanderbilt. They were number 10, so they'll probably drop a few spots. Vanderbilt will move up a few spots, which won't really affect us that much. But now, if we could just clear out a little bit of the other fodder there, and us do what we need to do and win at Arkansas today, we'll be doing good. Last year, Elko took a lot of heat, and we had kind of I think it was a little better than the last year under Fisher, but before the season was over, there were fans already calling for Elko's head. He'd only been on the job a few months, and I was like, look, I get it. You want to win now, but you can't have a coach come in and win a national championship the very first season. Not unless he's bringing national championship players with him, or the players you have are national championship winners. It's just not going to happen because players are going to leave. He's going to be players in. Players are going to stay, and then they have to try and adjust to his system because they were working under the other coach. The other coach may have had a completely different system he was using. But to be where we are right now, I'm very happy, and I am actually satisfied that we're not in all the discussions. I would like to see us get a little bit more respect, but the less we get talked about, the less pressure we have on us. Because you start seeing everybody talking about you on ESPN, and then you get to thinking, we are all that. I'm wearing my Texas A&M today. We are all that, and that's what's happened in the past is they've run off like 5 or 6 games in a row, and then all of a sudden they just collapse. I really don't see that happening this year. Uh, are we gonna make it into the playoffs? I think there's a good chance. I think right now it's something like a 79% chance. But I'm more worried right now taking baby steps and playing for the SEC championship. If we do that, I think that's been a successful season. If we win the SEC, that's a very successful season. But we'll see how it goes. I am a member of the Texas A&M cult. I know how people talk about us. I don't care. Matter of fact, I agree with them. Yeah, we are. We love our Aggies. They're a different breed. So much tradition and stuff down there. Love College Station. I did grad work there. My oldest daughter graduated from there. My next daughter up, she'll be a senior next year. She may not make it in very first time. She's got decent grades, like all A's, a couple of B's. She's taken, like advanced algebra and advanced chemistry and stuff like that. But it is a hard school to get into. And she's resigned to the fact that she might have to go to a place that, like, they have several different colleges that here in the state that are kind of like a feeder system, where it's a 4-year school, but you go there, you do the first 2 years, and if you meet certain grade points and stuff like that, then you can move on up if that's what you want to do. Now, my youngest daughter is a year behind that. She ain't gonna have a problem. She's getting in. She's getting in. That's my little savant. Hang on, I gotta have a different drink. We're rolling right along. Still a wonderful burn line. Excellent construction on this stick. Those nice little stacks of ash. It's a wonderful cigar. I really love it. Excellent construction. Man, Nick Perdomo knows how to do it. I love sit down and have a drink and a smoke with him sometime. This could be my favorite Four Roses. I've got a bottle of the small batch. And I really like it, but this is just kind of head and shoulders above that one, And to be honest, I've never tried the entry level. There's been a bunch of times I said, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and buy a bottle of it while I'm, when I'm in there, and then I get in the store and I don't end up buying it. Just the way it is. We're at 48 minutes. I think we're going to do all right. I am happy, very happy that we have so many people tuned in. And this is just great. I'll go over here and see if anybody said anything. No, just me. Wait a minute. Maybe. Hang on. I'm goofing around. Yeah. Looks like there's a reply out there, but I can't get to it. I'm still a poor man on this thing. I don't have all the bells and whistles. This is a 2 iPhone operation. I do prefer doing the live streams more than I did doing the recordings. With the live streams, I mean, I can see people are on, and definitely mash that like button and leave me a reply. Tell me I'm a dumbass. Don't talk so much about Texas A&M. Whatever you want to say, I don't care. Replies. I love replies, no matter what you say. Love you. But the recording, you're just sitting there talking to the camera or, talking on the microphone. And you have no idea if anybody's even going to listen. But this is immediate feedback. I love it. So, and there's not nearly as much work has to be done. Like I record this, or it's live streamed, but it's saved on YouTube and on Rumble. But I have a platform that I can go, a little software program. I can pull the video down from YouTube, and then I can extract the audio out of it. And that's what I upload to Sprecher, which carries on to Spotify and Apple Podcast. And where all am I at now? iHeartRadio Podcast, Pandora. No, not, I don't know, Pandora I think is still around. But Amazon Music Podcast. You can actually go onto the Amazon shopping app and you can put in Sticks-n-Stonez and it'll pull up the show for you there on the shopping app. Yeah, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything to buy it. You just start listening. So you can listen while you shop. And you can go to the Sticks-n-Stonez store and you can get some wonderful Sticks-n-Stonez attire. Or I have this great shirt that is my bestseller. It's got an American flag on the front. It says Sticks-n-Stonez under it. I've worn it on here several times. On the back, it's got a soldier in desert camo. It's got a soldier in desert camo. His goggles and face mask, all that. Got his M4 up. And then it says above him, and the Lord said, "Who shall I send and who shall go for us?" And underneath it, it says, "Here am I, Lord, send me." It's one of those Bible verses that speak to veterans and active military like myself. I'm a veteran. And, we really feel that we're called to do what we do, and we enjoy it. Yeah, Oklahoma has South Carolina well in hand. I think we're kind of getting down near the end, and we're already at like 52 minutes. So I want to go ahead and kind of wrap this up for you. The cigar kind of deepened in the last half into a really kind of a that super dark roasted coffee beans with a peppery finish. The bourbon kind of evolved with oak and some cloves, and then the caramelized fruit, like if you're taking fruit with sugar, caramelized it in a pan. Together, they leave this nice, lingering kind of warmth of charred oak and dark chocolate and spiced fruit preserve kind of things. It's wonderful. I mean, wonderful. I would say that this is an excellent match, and I would give it a 92 out of 100. If I was going to try and rate it, I mean, it is an excellent, excellent pairing. You would not go wrong trying this out. And it works because the OESO's kind of fruit-forward sweetness and elegant rye spice align perfectly with the Maduro's kind of earthy espresso and cocoa tones. It delivers contrast and cohesion at the same time. The bourbon lightens the cigar's richness, while the smoke adds depth to the whiskey's fruit. It is a wonderful, wonderful pairing. You should try it. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, do all the whistles, all that kind of stuff. Mash that like button. I need to know that you all love what I'm doing. Makes me feel good. Gives me a tickly feeling inside. Until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry and your stones cold, and have a great day.